What is gecekondu? It's a Turkish word and it literally means built overnight in English. It refers to squatter houses or slums, you may say, built illegally on state and or private land. Most of the migrants coming from the rural areas of eastern and southeastern Anatolia plunged into the quest of finding affordable accommodation in the city. And as a result, the migrant population in the existing gecekondu zones has drastically increased. Following the period of internal migration due to rapid urbanization as the major factor, the phenomenon of migration in Turkey continued in the 1980s and 90s. This time, it has been reshaped by the neoliberal transformation of the Turkish economy and the war between the Turkish armed forces and PKK, which caused intensified security concerns for people. Okay, so you see here some numbers, but this is just the beginning, and then just continue to increase. Okay, we said that gecekondus are illegal housing formations. So that's surely one way to look at it. However, according to a theoretician, Tansu Şenyapılı, illegality is not a characteristic quality of a gecekondu, rather flexibility is. So that's another way to look at it, and I want to share a quote of her. I find it really interesting. She says, flexibility expressed in physical expansion, contraction of the building, and change in ownership patterns is the unique characteristics of squatter types of shelter. In accordance with income and status obtained by the owner through mobility in the labor market, rooms, service areas, floors may be added to a squatter house, a new one may be built adjacent to it, it may be rented partially or totally, may be torn down and rebuilt, or may be sold. Another point. So another interesting concept, in my opinion, is the concept of rotating poverty. In fact, migrants of the last 35 years, let's say migrants of the 1990s onwards, were not as fortunate as their predecessors who were able to build their gecekondu houses. They had to rent their dwellings from the previous generation who already had their gecekondus legalized by the state. This situation of handing down the poverty from one migrant generation to another is referred to as rotating poverty. These newer generations of migrants have been stuck in a condition of spatial injustice, exclusion, and criminalization. In the recent years, the most unfortunate members of rotating poverty in Turkey, which were before the Kurdish migrants in the 1990s, have been replaced with international migrants, including Syrian asylum seekers. So, rural poverty gives place to urban poverty, and if we say urban poverty, then we should accept that poverty has certain unique qualities in the context of the city. So this is Ersan Ocak's claim, and he identifies gecekondu as the place where the urban poor live in Turkey. So what is the conditions of gecekondus? Due to the lack of proper building materials and poor construction, House of the Poor is always a potential danger for its residents. The rooms are almost always overpopulated and never enough for the number of the family members. Balconies, thresholds, and gardens, if they exist, are privileged spaces that offer ways of socialization with neighbors. Gardens are used to grow vegetables and fruit trees if the costs could be covered. The visuals are from Kadife Kale, the oldest gecekondu neighborhood in Izmir.